Well, this video I'm going to do the 4 phases of building apartments. First, you got your architecture, your plans, your layout, your cost breakdown, everything laid out. You're putting in the foundation, the utilities, the groundwork, electrical, gas, water, piping, everything. Get your zoning, your permits, everything done. And then you get your crews in here and you start laying the foundation and you grade off the top. You start putting them in. It looks pretty bad at this point. You have your land surveyed and your markings, how you want to have everything laid out, your plans, and then this part looks actually like boring, not much going on. But as time goes on, it doesn't take too long when you start building, as long as you try and line up your inspections and can deal with the weather at times, you can really pull things off. Sometimes they go in a lot faster than you expect. Sometimes you might have delay in expenses are a little higher than estimated because of change of prices in lumber and delivery and supply at times. But if you order it ahead of time, usually you're pretty good and under control and you got the development done. But the beauty about being able to build in apartments, after you've gotten into apartments and you start buying apartments and you have complexes, when you always put in a complex, when you're buying one, you're going to start out buying apartments and refinancing or buying them and pulling out cash all the time. So after you start getting in a handful of them, you got getting cash in the bank, you got your retail going, all these things, then you're going to start doing development. When you go into development phase and you're putting apartments, retail, whatever it is, you're always going to buy extra land, extra space. So when your project, your apartments go in and they're going perfect and they're making great money and you're doing better than expected a couple years down the road, then your extra land that you put in and you planned ahead of time, you just go ahead and start building and adding more to your project. And that is what allows you to always expand and have a lot of stuff. And the whole time you already bought the land, it's going up in price on its own as well. And the project already went as well. So you can just keep expanding on apartments. A lot of people talk about talk about getting a commercial real estate and apartments and stuff, but they don't really tell you about these things. This is definitely elite level stuff, because when you're buying, you get in your apartments, you purchase and you refi, you're already in an existing area and you don't have anywhere to go. But when you start building, you're going to build areas and lots and extra land. So have extra lot and extra land, so when you can always expand every couple of years and keep your project going without excessive cost, different phases. So even if you did make a mistake, you got extra land you could get rid of, but the way you strategize it and you structure it and everything, you're not going to make a mistake. You're going to just keep making more money and more money and more money. Where most apartments that build one apartment, they never plan for the future, as in expanding and building more apartments right by it. So when you do that, you have more room to control the market and to control the price, because you got more room for the more tenants, and your complex can take your existing tenants and move them into the new building, or structure the new building where the original building has like 2, 3, and 1 bedrooms, and rebuild and add on to the ones that are doing best that you probably didn't plan on. Like this development, or all the original ones have, basically these are all 2 and 3 bedrooms, all these complexes. And so the new ones we build on are 36 units, 1 bedrooms, kind of higher end luxury type professional clientele. So this goes to the framework. There's your second phase. Your third phase is like the partial completion, getting in the siding, the wall, getting the roof up, the headers and the whole thing, and finishing it up. And then you got your final phase. That's the 4 phases. I don't know if you can see that. final phase, your framework, and then your almost completed phase. So that's your rough phase. That's the final. These are turned out really nice. They're going in pretty quick. Get a little bit of delay for rain here and there, but overall, they're pretty fast. This is an existing project for a long time. Everything's going good. So not only does this work, but you probably want to do this next to your retail malls. If you developed it, you're going to add your apartments around it, and then your entertainment aspect, which I'm going to go over next. So when you start putting in one at a time, you build in your malls, your strip malls, your power malls. You get that going, you build it right to where it makes a lot of money, and you know it's going to outdo the competition because you know it has the identity and the focus and the direction and things that other malls don't have. So you do that. You have your apartments around it, and then you do the entertainment. I got the entertainment construction part almost. It's gone up pretty quick. I'm going to go over that next in another video. One of the entertainment things we have going on. Well, see if you can guess what this entertainment complex is. I'm not going to tell you. I'll let you guess. As it gets more completed, you'll notice, you'll see the finished project on all these. Anyhow, you probably ask yourself, how do I get started? Well, I do charge a small down payment up front to put in my time and invest my efforts into good clients that are serious about this and getting into commercial real estate. So, I mean, it's not too large. It's not very large at all, really, especially compared to like getting $1 million plus per property and teaching you every step of the way and helping you with the funding. But if you don't have any cash, I mean, you can start out with creditrepair, or we start out with funding and get you cash, and then you have plenty of room and plenty of money to make money and hire me to get you started on commercial real estate. I just want somebody that pays a bit up front so they pay attention and listen and learn and be a good aspect, a good investment of my time. If you really want to get in commercial real estate and you have no money, no anything, I mean, yes, with good credit, you can always start out with 1 to 3 to 4 units at 3% down and get into them that way, or fix and flips. But those usually end up as an easy way. I always see a lot of people have done that on their own in the last, I don't know how many years I've been doing this, but it's kind of an easy way to create a job and kind of make yourself go broke, because you're creating nothing but work for yourself, and you're not really gaining a whole lot of profit, and you're not getting yourself really freedom to do what you want. Commercial real estate pays out so much. I mean, some clients take a slower approach and they take a little longer to close, but I mean, if it could take you 6 months, you're still talking like 1 to 3 million per deal, maybe 5 when you get on the bigger stuff. And I teach you how to start out with apartments, retail, motels, and all that stuff. And when you get into retail, I teach you the development aspect, where you're doing all these little pieces and it's falling into place. So like this project, the way we lined it up is like you have extra land in other areas when normally you'd only buy an apartment area for one little area or a little retail area, and you want to plan on expanding. But I set things up with the clients in the very beginning to have extra room all over the place, so no matter what, you start making cash and make more cash, and the land appreciates, and we get the land even cheaper. So you're pulling off all this faster than the competition, and you eliminate the competition because you got all the land around your properties. And when you have the retail aspect, the apartment aspect, and the entertainment aspect, you're really taking over the whole area. I mean, completely. And you're changing the whole market price, because you are commanding the price and the value of everything, because you're your own comps in a way. Basically, that's what it ends up being. Anyhow, but I start about small, like $5 to $20 million, which is small. Every deal, no matter how big it is, it's the same transaction. Once you get your confidence and you close your first one, then all the rest are going to be easy. And then I'm going to teach you how to get in all the other parts of it and go from there. So if you're really interested and you want to make a lot of money, especially now the economy's trash and the dollar's going nowhere, this is a fantastic time. Hopefully, will give me a call. We'll get your credit repaired, or get you funding, or get you straight into commercial real estate and get things set up. And I'm going to post more updates on my properties and other properties and things. Normally, I never do this, but I just want to get a group of new clients in and get them into commercial real estate. Once you start getting a lot of projects going, it's hard to keep track of everything, and you wouldn't even have time to do this, so you wouldn't really micromanage the process, but it's good for giving you idea and proof of what's going on. Once you do it, I mean, then you really don't. Once you see it's done and you know it's done, now and walk you through how to do everything, then the rest falls into place. So I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call at 312-473-4163 or text me at 312-218-8737. Thanks a lot.
Power, realize your power. Finding out myself, finding out myself. Power, realize your power. Finding out myself, finding out myself. Go where you wanna go. Do what you're gonna do. Do what you wanna do. Go where you wanna go. Get on with it. Come on, get on with it. Come on, get on with it. Come on, get on with it. It's what I say. What I say. Listen what I say. Listen what I say. Listen what I say. What I say. Get on with it. Come on, get on with it. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. Go right, live it up, dance on, get on top now, get on top, get on top, get on top, yeah. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, dance on, I go left, you go right. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Go Do